Okay, as you're looking at this, this is the first page on the website. This is a way to explain how this website works, and doing the first featured properties click right here. We click onto the featured properties, and we've changed that. Reason we've changed that is because the MLS puts out such a fine product. How could you duplicate it? So the feature properties, the first thing you do is you click here for interactive view. You can also look at what I put on the page. You will get since it's trying to connect from one server, your computer, to a server, and because of the warnings, they want to make sure that you're not going to be opening up something that is going to hurt you. Well, this won't, so what you'll do is click here for interactive view. Now you will get that security warning. There isn't something that says allow it each time, so I'm sorry you have to go through that. So you go and you click yes. You then go directly into the MLS server and get a search result of whatever link was there. In this case, all our properties. The properties changed. This link is good for 30 days. We listed one last night, a condominium. It's on there, whereas when I wrote the link, it wasn't. So these things will change, the prices, etc. You then can go in and you can look at the map. All the properties that are there, we send out to our buyers the same thing on individual property they want, but you can see where it's in Chugach, up here, Fort Richardson area, and it even shows what the properties are and where they are. If you want to then zoom in for more information, you can. But you can also go through the grid, details, and when you do details, you have, for instance, this one on Lavana, you have a report like that. You have the tax information. Then you have the documentation. And you can click on it, and I try to make it as interactive as possible. For instance, I don't see one on here, the interactive school information. It then opens up a document page in the MLS, and it will come up with this, depending on your speed. And if you look, I've digitally signed it. That's where I sign my name to let anybody know that I created that document. And you then, if you were interested in Diamond High School, you can then click on this. It's an interactive document made with Adobe 8, and there you have the school. Now what you have to do, because it seems to take away the ability to move around, and maybe the next version won't, I right click and I see back and click on the back, and then it will take me back to where I need to go. In this case, back to or I can also, since it's open, I can just close it and I'll get back to my Alaska MLS pictures. It's got calculators in there, documents. You can change documents, stay on the document viewer, say see the documents on this property, Leprechaun Drive. Now it has the tax certificate. I did digitally sign that one also, and it has the information about the taxes on that property. So there's no reason to reinvent the wheel anymore. So I've used the MLS, which has a great interface that you can use with anything. If there's no documents, they won't show up. For instance, we haven't loaded the documents into this one right here. There's none in there. But the one on this one, we even got the covenants, the as-built, the plat, the as-built. I clicked on that, so that's going to come up. And I may have gotten this from the seller. I think I did in this case. I also, again, digitally signed it. And there it is, when it was done in 1995. Do we need to update it? It's good to have an updated survey, because surveyors can make mistakes. Or there's things that are built, like in this property, since it was 1995, they may have built something in this area. which I can tell you that they did. So you might want to know that to make sure it's not in the easement. So I'll close that window. But anyhow, any property that we put in there now goes directly to this MLS interface, because you cannot design what's anything better than what is here. And you can see it very clearly. So I welcome you to use this new feature. I will try to do this with all the information I come across. Make a YouTube. Found this little program called the Debut Video Recorder. It makes it so that I can look at our things. There's the photos on this property, for instance. How can you beat that? We used to put something in there, but this is already built for you. So why not go through the property and look at all our properties this way, and you save gas. And we also have, for instance, virtual tours. You go to another one, you can go directly. You'll see up here in the corner it says virtual tour. The virtual tour does go back to the site, but the site is within the window of the multiple listing service. And there it is. Then you can click on this, the big area. It's in QuickTime. If you just let it sit here, it will start recording and moving for you. If you want to go farther, you can move it faster, you can go backwards, you can go up, you can go down. You can use the pluses here, and you can use the shift key to go in and look at little things if you want to, if it's of interest to you. Like for instance, there's my car when I took the listing. Can you see the license plate number? No. So, though if you had the right software you would. So, but anyhow, you can see a lot about this property just by going through and clicking. You can see about all our properties actually. And then you return to index, and that will take you back to these places. And look at this great room. I mean, this property right here, you can see the whole view, and you will see it kind of it fast loads down so you get the picture, but then it basically it pixelates, meaning that it say that that's an 8 million bit deal. They will come down and download the first million bits, and it'll be a little fuzzy. But then by the time it's going into its automatic circle, it will you will find that it's already downloaded, so you'll get a clear picture. And then of course if you want to move around, or you say, oh well, what's that up there, you then hit the shift key, go up, the shift key brings you up, you can see what's upstairs, go up there higher. If you're really on the ball, you could probably tell what plant that is. But I also do not put these up, though they can be very clear. I don't, so that they can be downloaded fast off the internet. We don't put them in as clear. Now to get out, it says control key, and there it is going out. And that's it. You can do compare. The compare doesn't really mean much in this situation, because to compare you need to have a bunch of properties, and I suppose if you highlighted, it just goes, the list price shows what it was current listing, the high, the low, compared to the other ones in here. Well, this isn't a good tool to use for this. The reason when you would use this would be if you were buying something, let's say they're all in the same condominium, you can see the closing, the sale price, etc. So anyhow, I think we covered most everything, why we use it that way. It's interactive. The map will have all of them on there. The star is the one you have highlighted. You highlight something else, it'll show you where it goes. It changes around. And again, we can get back to it even this way. Click on for more information. You got it there. You want to zoom here, you got it here. Use this, and I can tell you there's not a better service that I know of out there. So, appreciate you paying attention if you did, and I will continue to make this site easier to use and more beneficial for everyone.